Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be setting up my family organizer for the month of July. So if you don't know, this is my main monthly planner. I use it for all of our family organization, but I also use it for pretty much every area of my life. It is one part planner, one part journal, and memory keeper. And this, I am just so in love with this planner. It's one of my favorite places to plan in. This video is one of my favorite that I get to film every time because I just love getting this set up. I use it throughout the month, which, speaking of, we're gonna start this video with a flip through of all of my completed June spreads, and then we'll dive right in and get my calendar and all of my dashboards pages set up, create the spaces that I'll use for journaling and memory keeping later on in the month, and just get everything all set up. This video, as usual, except for the flip throughs, will be a sped up voiceover video. So I am going to just dive in and start with that June flip through. So here is my June calendar to start. I absolutely love this one. So beachy and so cute. Definitely matches the vibes for the whole month. We've got our recurring schedule and appointments, work stuff. I actually never went back and checked this off, but I'm pretty sure I did everything except for I never did a second blog because I ended up getting pulled onto some more consulting work. Then we have my to-do list, big picture, all of that good stuff there. Our school stuff, there's like so much PTA stuff going on, still going on now into July. Dates to remember, the camp prep, which I didn't end up using that much, but we were able to get it all taken care of. Then we've got my June reading journal here. Super cute. Love how this turned out. If you want to see more of this and hear me talk a little bit about the books, you can follow me on TikTok at My Crafty Plans. I will post like a reading recap for the month where I work on this and talk about the books I read. It's usually somewhere around 3 minutes long. But two, if you hang tight for just a video or two, I am going to be having a monthly reset vlog where I filmed a vlog style behind the scenes of all of the things that I do in my planners and around the house to reset for the month ahead. It covers all of the stuff that I do at the end of the month and all of the stuff that I do right at the beginning of the month so that I feel fully closed out in June and fully set up for July, including work on these pages. And I did talk about the books that I read in that as well, so you can stay tuned for that. Then we had this listing thing. I only ended up using one sheet here. The next pages we're gonna hold, the next set of blank pages we hold for the picture spread. I haven't set that up yet, but I will. I've already printed the pictures for it. And then we've got the line a day memory tracker and this little guided journal section. I could not think of anything new that the kids said that was really funny, which obviously they had stuff, but it was at the end of my working on this and I just couldn't think. So I will eventually circle back to that, but that is my June setup. So now I'm gonna throw it over to the voiceover and we can dive into July. So I am, of course, starting with my calendar, and I picked this Simply Gilded washi to be like the main focus. I'm actually using all washies from this sub box with like a couple of extra 5mm rolls that I had that paired nicely with this. This washi actually has a like rosy pink foil, not regular rose gold. So I was pretty limited in terms of what I had that paired with it, but I am just so obsessed with this beach washi. I usually won't buy anything that comes in like an alternate foil color. All of the washi rolls that I do have that aren't traditional 3 foil colors, or 4 if you're counting hollow, which I just count as silver, are typically just from old sub boxes. But I actually went ahead and picked up this sub box, even though I don't get them anymore, just because I am so obsessed with this beach scene. This, to me, of any sticker or washi that I own, this looks like the most like the beach that we go to, with just like the dunes and the fence and everything. So I had to get it, and then I had to use it for this month. I do think this is like a little bit more August vibes, just in terms of like the color palette and stuff, like that really like hazy kind of pinkish super hot summer, but we're using it for July. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this month. I had just gotten this and I definitely was just like all in, plus it matches the July color pretty well, which is this pink color. So then I picked some markers that went with this. I've got a couple of Zaire cream highlighters and the rest are from Zebra Mild Liner. We have my same categories as always: work, channel, finances, kids, other, and appointments. I am toying around with the idea of like adjusting the names of these categories, but it's been a while since I've done that. There starts to be like a little bit of overlap, or like where does something belong in the kids, other, and appointments categories. Like sometimes kids have an appointment, but but I typically, like for a doctor's appointment, would count that as an appointment, but like a other type of appointment for the kids, I would count as kids. So it really just depends. I don't know. I'm probably overthinking this because this has worked for a really long time for me, but you know, we always make small adjustments. And then I decided to add in another category to the key, which is outside of that box, and it's just the same as the other category, but using the drawn in line, and I'm going to use that to mark the days that we're at the beach this summer, which is pretty much every weekend, but we have one weekend off this month. Speaking of which, I'm now going to fill out my calendar here with that line, but other than those beach days to mark off, there's just not a lot that has booked in this month. This is a very, very light scheduling month, which it's summer, as it should be. The kids are in camp. I am enjoying my summer of me, you know, or just living our life to the fullest over here, enjoying all of that beach time. I just did not have a lot to put in the monthly calendar in a very good way for this month. This will get more filled out somewhat by the end of the month. It just, you know, appointments come up later. Especially with all of the house stuff we have going on. And we actually do have a start date for our basement renovation, but it's August 1st, so not going in this monthly calendar yet, but there'll be some other like kind of pre-appointments and different things like that do come up. Then I had like a little extra space here, and I didn't want to do a washi banner like I have been doing because I just felt like none of these washies would really look right oriented vertically versus horizontally. So I just decided to do a little bit of doodling. I wrote summertime, and then I just filled in the rest with washi, and then just like a couple of little squiggly lines there, just mixing it up a little. I do think this looks really, really pretty, and I just am really, really obsessed with this washi. So then we're going to go on to recurring schedule. Again, this is super, super light. I went with this Shells washi up at the top. This is one of the washis that has like a shimmer and a texture to it. It's like a glitter washi. Really cute though, and I love the seashells, and I'm setting this up the same way as usual, except for that we have very little in terms of a recurring schedule. So I just marked in a couple of things. The top box there is appointments that I need to schedule, which I don't have anything in there right now. I could put that I need to schedule this vacation. We have it scheduled. I need to book this vacation, which I've mentioned a time or two. I'm actually about to work on it, like for real this time today. Anyway, and then the second box is work projects. Again, trying to keep it pretty light for the summer. I did have like a couple of smaller things come up, but nothing too major. I'm, again, just planning to fully enjoy this summer of me. I actually went to an exercise class. It was literally the first time I've been since before my 3-year-old was born. And it was really fun. Oh, super, super hard, but really fun. I don't know. I just want to have like a really nice, fun summer before I tackle some bigger picture life questions, career questions, things like that. So just enjoying things as they are right now. And then I'm just writing beach life. It's the best life because it is. I am all in on the beach right now. And then I just did a couple of little shell doodles. I actually really liked having such a limited set of washi to work with this month and no stickers. I feel like it made me get really creative with my decorative spaces and do like a little bit more lettering, a little bit more doodling and fun things like that. So I definitely want to do that more in my planners because it is super, super fun. And so anyway, I just marked recurring schedule. Again, we only have one weekend that we're not going to be at the beach. So I just put recurring schedule beach for Saturday and Sunday, camp Monday through Friday. That's our summer schedule. We'll be here for the next eight weeks. So I guess at this point 7, but you know, that's what's going on this summer. We still have piano lessons. We kept it up over the summer. We don't have any other activities or anything like that. I have one regular work thing that I do on Monday, and our cleaning people come on Thursday, and that is the extent of our weekly schedule. I'm still trying to figure out like a good lunch pattern because now it's like a different lunch count for the week. The camp actually gives the kids lunches on Fridays. They have like a big barbecue, and then all 3 kids need lunch Monday through Thursday. So it is working differently than it did during the school year. So I'm still like adjusting that. So you might see that in the August recurring schedule, although the kids only have camp for half of August. I'll bring it back in the fall with more of like the regular chores and stuff. So then I'm on to my 1-page summary, monthly summary page. So this is all of the stuff that I'm working on. I like to think of this as a single-page translation of my Moxie Life planner. And it's just got, I don't mark anything or track anything in here, but it's like a really great 1-page reference because I almost always have this planner open on my desk and I don't have my Moxie Life open on my desk. So that's just how that works. My big picture for this year is 1, get this 10-year anniversary trip planned. We lined up childcare, and that I thought would be the hardest part, but now I'm just like having a really hard time planning this vacation. It's so hard to get like, you know, to take a 5-year trip where someone's going to have to watch all 3 of the kids and like all of that. And we've got August is like literally the only time that this could happen where everybody's going to be like having fun and comfortable and not have to worry about school schedules and you know, there's going to be multiple adults in the same place to help with the kids and all of that. So we need to make this happen. I also have a bunch of PTA stuff going on. We've got the basement prep, got to get that cleaned up. And then eventually we'll start on back to school. Not worrying about that right now. Related to that, again, I just put in a bunch of to-dos, and I also just listed out the various habits and routines I will be working on throughout the month. I don't track in anything in here, as I mentioned. I just use this to pull into my weekly habit tracker. Right now, I'm kind of in an off place with habit trackers. I was like really into it earlier in this year, but I haven't really been using mine a super ton this year, but I still feel like my habits are going fine. So I think that's okay. I also don't understand why those pages are like a weekly habit tracker in a monthly planner. I think it would make a lot more sense to do the mini calendars that Erin Condren loves right there, and then you could have little monthly trackers on the habits. I think that would be really cool. I did write that in my Erin Condren survey for next year. So then I'm setting this up. This is kind of like my functional kid school zone. So we've got dates to remember. I made a space for the PTA stuff. Again, I just have a lot. I'm the treasurer for our PTA, and we just have a lot of like budgeting closeout and budgeting pre-work for next year and tax stuff and all this stuff that has to happen over the summer. So I want a place to keep track of that. And then I just split this other page on the left-hand side into like a summer stuff and a back to school stuff. So this is where I'm going to put any like kid school notes, that things that would usually go on my regular notes page, but this one is like for kid focus, and I will put like other stuff on the other notes pages. So that's basically what that is. I also just put in a couple of dates to remember. I didn't have like a ton of stuff. We just have like the last day of camp, the first day of school. I left a space to put in our trip dates and just like one holiday. But again, the summer is super, super light on scheduling. We kind of just have camp during the week, beach on the weekend, and a great time all summer long. And then I did grab this scallop washi. That was one of the washi freebies from Simply Gilded, and I thought it matched really well with the pink in the planner, so I've been using that periodically in here. So then this page is all journaling and memory keeping. So on the left-hand side of the page, this will be where I do my reading journal for the month of July. So that will get set up. I actually set that up like after the whole month ends. I don't do this as I go. I do it all in one fell swoop. It's really, really fun. It takes about like 20 minutes, I think, because I actually, well, I mean, it takes me a little bit longer to print out the pictures and stuff like that. So I don't know, but not that long. Maybe like 30 minutes all in. I do keep track of the books on Goodreads as I go through the year. And I used to be so bad at using Goodreads, but now from doing the reading journal, I feel like it makes me excited to mark things off in Goodreads because I know I'm going to like make my little stickers and set up my little reading journal. And I thought the June one turned out so, so cute. But anyway, that is that. And then on this page, I've got my milestones or achievements with each of my kids, like first initials going in age order. And then I just use that to write like one little thing or accomplishment about what's going on with the kids. And actually for my big kid, unless something crazy happens, it's going to be she passed her swim test at camp, which she already did like right in the first week of July, which means that she's allowed in during free swim to swim without a life vest. And she is such a strong swimmer. I think it was more like she has some test anxiety and also just like, you know, not listening super well because she's trying to have fun in the pool, but she did pass it. She's got her little wristband, so she's ready for summer action. So that was really exciting for her. She was like really disappointed at the end of last summer when she didn't pass it. So it was really great that she was able to achieve that this summer. And she absolutely loves swimming. Then on our split listing page here, we've got categories going on. I actually already have this whole space like not filled out, but broken into categories even more so than when I filmed this. But we've got house projects going on, the basement, and space for the trip planning stuff if I want to take any notes there. And then we're just going to wrap this up by creating that line a day memory keeper that I just write one thing down every day, like good, bad, how I'm feeling, whatever it is, something that happened during the day. And I use that as like a form of memory keeping. It's really fun to look back on. And that's pretty much it. I'm just finishing this up with a little bit of washi, and then I'm just going to flip back through the planner to make sure I didn't miss any spaces. And I really liked the little quick speedy flip through, so I kept it in. And then after that, I will be back to do one more slower flip through, and that's it. So that is everything all finished up. Let's just take one last flip through here. My July calendar. I really love this. Love this washi so much. Just really just perfect beach vibes there. Looks so much like the beach we go to. Then we've got our schedule, work stuff, things I need to schedule, which I don't have anything written there now. My to-do list and kind of goals page. Then my school page, so we've got some summer stuff here, back to school section here, some dates to remember, and then a little notes and to-do listing section for all of the summer PTA stuff that I have been working on and that I will be working on this month. Then we've got my journaling page, so reading journal, my milestones or achievements where I highlight one thing each of the kids has done, and then my journaling space for the month, then split listing, which is already pretty divided up. We've got the basement stuff going on, house projects, trip planning, and then trekking some work stuff over here. This will save for pictures. And then we've got the guided journaling page and my line a day memory keeper. So that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know something fun you're gonna be doing this month down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for that monthly reset vlog. I'm really excited for that one. That'll be out later this month. You can also check me out on Instagram and TikTok at mycraftyplans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. Bye.